Hi, this is Craig Ballantyne, author of The Perfect Day Formula, and we're going to use a key component of my formula today to help you stop swearing. Yeah, you can do it. Now, I know from experience because I used to curse like a sailor. I was really, really bad. In fact, my father was so bad that I'm pretty sure he invented new swear words. But then one day, back in 2011, I was running intervals and I was thinking of my readers at earlytorise.com, and I was thinking, you know what? I wasn't thinking like this when I was running intervals, but I was thinking, you know what? I'm telling these people what to do every day, and here I am with a sailor's cursing mouth. I got to stop this because I knew that I could stop it from two things. One, I never, ever, ever swore in front of my parents. Doesn't matter that my father swore, my mother never swore. But I never swore in front of my parents. And I figured, you know what, if I can not swear in front of them, I can not swear in front of my friends. And I also realized, hey, I don't swear when I'm on stage talking about the Perfect Day Formula or teaching people how to grow their business. I don't curse. I don't think that you have to drop an F-bomb to be cool in front of people. Martin Luther King didn't drop any F-bombs, and he made a pretty good impact, wouldn't you say? So let's teach you how to stop swearing in 5 simple steps. And I did this in just 6 days. That's right, I went from swearing about 10 times a day, once I was conscious of it, to not swearing at all in 6 days. So here's what you're going to do. Step number 1 is using the first pillar of my 5 pillars of success, better planning and preparation. You need to do better planning. So, what does that mean? Well, all right. I know that I like to swear to make an impact. All of us do. We want to sound cool. We want to emphasize things. Well, we need to plan and prepare other words to replace the curse words. So believe it or not, I started saying the word sugar shack all the time. I don't know why. It just came to my mind when I wanted to swear. And so that was one of my crutches that I did better in planning and preparation with to help me stop swearing. That was one of the things, believe it or not. So come up with words that are going to replace the F-bombs and the other words in your presentations, in your conversations, when you want to have an impact and put emphasis on something you're saying. You can do it. Plan and prepare. Number 2, professional accountability. All right, so here's what I was doing. I was telling my friends, I was telling my coach, my personal coach, who helps me not only in business, but also in making personal changes, that I wanted to change. And he was giving me 2 things in return. Expert advice. He was teaching me how not to swear because he had high morals and ethics and didn't curse himself. And he was giving me accountability, which is so key. I was going to him saying, hey, I want to make a change. And he was saying to me, all right, I'm going to hold you to this high bar. No excuses. If I see you cursing or swearing, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And that is a key component of any change in our life, even when we want to stop cursing. Also, positive social support. That's pillar number 3, positive social support. And so I told the world, I told everybody on my email list, 150,000 people, I said, I quit swearing. I'm going to stop swearing today. And you can do that. We even have this Habit Change Club on Facebook, the 21-day Habit Change Accountability Club, where people tell strangers that they're going to change a habit and they get positive social support. Other people who are there saying, you can do it, I believe in you, here's what worked for me. So get positive social support in whatever change you make. But when you make that change about stopping cursing, you're going to tell your spouse, you're going to tell your friends, you're going to say, hey, listen, I quit swearing and I want you to support me. You need a meaningful incentive as your 4th reason for change. For me, it was internal. Listen, I wanted to stop being a hypocrite. Meaningful incentive is to stop being a hypocrite in front of thousands of people. And you know what? I hate being a hypocrite. I hate talking out of the side of my mouth. And so that's why whenever I find myself acting incongruently with how I want people to see me, the reputation I want to build, and I want to build a reputation as a perfect British gentleman, polite and courteous at all times, who doesn't curse. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling thousands of strangers right now. I don't care. That's the reputation I want. I don't want to be the type of person who's known as cursing like a sailor. I want to be much more respectful and polite. And so for me, it was meaningful. I don't want to be a hypocrite. For you, it might be you want to stop cursing in front of your children so that you leave a better impact on them. Or maybe you curse in front of people at work. What kind of reputation are you building if you can't get through a conversation without saying an F-bomb in order to make your point? Yeah, I know sometimes they're funny. I'll still laugh at one here and there. But you know what? It's not necessary. JFK helped the world, America, get to the moon, right? And he didn't drop an F-bomb in there. Ronald Reagan, I don't think he swore in his presentations. You don't need to swear. You just don't. You can be a leader. You can be John Maxwell. You can be these great preachers like Joel Osteen. They don't swear and they have millions of followers that make a massive impact. So don't tell me you need to curse on stage. Forget about it. All right. Now we are going to have, finally, the big deadline. So for me, I gave myself a big deadline of 21 days. I thought, you know what, the old saying is it takes 21 days to build a new habit. But here's what I did. Every day I gave myself not only a meaningful incentive, but also an incentive with consequences. Every time I cursed, it was $100. $100 I had to give away. And I don't like giving away that much money every single day. $600 the first day, $400 the next day, and I eventually had that word sugar shack replace the curse words, and I was down to 0 curse words in 6 days. Now I still swear up here, especially if I see a big bug that I'm not expecting, but as long as I don't say it out loud, I've stopped swearing. And that's important to me. So use these 5 pillars, and again, you can use these 5 pillars to lose weight, look great, get back in shape, make more money, find the love of your life, change any habit. Use these: better planning and preparation, professional accountability, positive social support, a meaningful incentive, and the big deadline. You can change. You can become a better person, build a better reputation. It doesn't matter if you drink too much right now, you swear too much. You don't have to be like that anymore. You can change. I've changed. I know thousands of people that have changed using my system, and you can change too. And if you want more help in changing your life, go to earlytorise.com and grab a copy of my book, The Perfect Day Formula, where I go through the 5 pillars of success in much more detail to help you change your life.